2007, Los Angeles. The city has changed. Cops rule the day. Punks rule the night. And one man wants to rule them all. There's only one thing he needs to succeed.
This is only half of it. Find me the other half now.
And look who's got it.
It magnifies the power inside you. This half gives power over the body.
All right, so where's the on button?
Now, two brothers will stop at nothing to protect their half.
Look out!
And a madman will stop at nothing to possess it.
You're gonna love this.
Let's have some fun.
Who wants gum?
If they succeed, they're heroes. But if he does, they're history.
Watch your step. Time to skin you guys.
T2's Robert Patrick, Scott Wolf, Mark Dacascos, and Alyssa Milano, Double Dragon.
You said it. We don't really have to wear these, do we?
And welcome everyone to Bullets,
Bourbon,
and Karate. And this week's episode is
Double Dragon.
Marcus, imagine, if you will, a dystopian future. The world is in chaos. California was hit by a major earthquake that sent most of it into a sea. A sea of chaos. A sea of gangs.
Not just the Pacific, a sea of chaos.
A sea of chaos. And imagine, if you will, this is the future. In the years 2007.
Oh my god.
Because that's exactly what's happened in Double Dragon, the movie.
2007. Wow. I forgot that it was set in 2007.
I had just graduated college, and I had no idea this happened.
Yeah.
2007, Double Dragon released again in 1994. 1994 just must have been the year, like from 93 to 95, just let's make any video game we can.
Well, it seems about right with the arcade boom and everything that's going on with video games, too.
Home consoles.
Yeah.
So this is Double Dragon, starring some sexy folks, starring Alyssa Milano, who looks straight gorgeous in this movie, starring Scott Wolf, who's a handsome dude.
Even better. Whew.
And, of course, Mark, and I've been pronouncing his name wrong my entire life. I used to say Mark Dukakis, but that is not his name.
Yeah.
Dacascos.
Yeah.
Imagine me sounding like a dumbass, and I'm like, yeah, it's got Mark Dukakis in it. I love Mark Dukakis.
That's how I always pronounced it when I was little, too. And I remember always, or just growing up with, kickboxer and stuff like that. Yeah. I would always say Mark Dukakis. Yeah.
Mark Dacascos. Well, I apologize, Mark Dacascos, when I would talk about how cool you were in Only the Strong. Probably your more pivotal role. Well, everyone, welcome to Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. I'm Adam Archer.
I'm Mark Hall.
And as we said, we're doing Double Dragon this week. Yeah. And let's take care of all the important stuff or not important stuff, including how to get in touch with us. How could they do that, Marcus?
Well, they can reach out to us on Instagram and Twitter at BB Karate Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. And also, feel free to email us at bbkaratepodcast@gmail.com. And, we are going to get better. Adam and I are going to have a sit-down, a discussion, a real Sopranos sit-down.
Yeah.
And we're going to come to some decisions on social media. We got to start expanding here, because
we got to expand.
If we're not putting this out to the people, then we're just taking up our own time with something
we got
we're doing.
Which we probably would have been doing anyway in a similar vein.
Yeah.
We got to leave breadcrumbs. Check us out on Facebook, as Marcus said, at Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate. We just posted a video there where we, in honor of our Street Fighter release, we released about a 20-minute videos. If you are a card collector, as Marcus and I are, you love just having breaks on, where somebody opens an entire case of cards and see what they get. We did that with about 26 packs total of Mario Brothers the movie and Street Fighter the movie cards, and we pulled some good ones.
Sweet holograms out of that stuff.
Sweet hollows, man. Nothing was more 94 in card collecting than holograms.
No, you get that hollow. No penny saver, no card protector. You throw that thing on. You stick it on your folder. You do something.
You put it on. You stick it on your box of you stick it into your box of other cards.
Right.
And that hollow foil, which made maintaining the integrity of a card very difficult.
Yeah.
As like the SPs were coming out, I believe, around this time.
Right.
Or maybe a little before that. Anyway, check it out. It's a really fun video. We had a lot of fun doing it. We also did it with Family Matters box, but we haven't posted that to Facebook as of yet, but maybe we will soon. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about Double Dragon.
So I want to read off, before we start, the movie synopsis that's posted for Double Dragon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course, we all know that it's after the video game, but let's get a clear image of what the movie here is about.
Yeah.
In a post-apocalyptic California, brothers Billy Lee and Jimmy are highly trained martial artists living in the ravaged city of New Angeles. The pair have been trained by Satori, who took them in after their parents died. When Satori finds herself pursued by evil overlord Koga Shuko, Robert Patrick, who's intent on possessing her mystical dragon medallion, the siblings are charged with protecting it from Shuko and his henchmen. So there we go. That's the synopsis.
Do you know the video game synopsis?
I don't even know. I mean, of course, I've played it hundreds and thousands of times, but I have no idea. I've totally it's over my head.
Let's go over the video game synopsis, because it's a bit darker. And there was
that up.
And there was an original storyline that was more sort of close to what this was. Well, I'll go over it. So basically, Double Dragon it is about two brothers in the arcade, and they are going through a ravaged world, sort of punk world. If you remember that classic scene at the beginning of the movie, or beginning of the video game, a guy just walks up, punches the girl in the stomach, and walks away with her, and then you are Double Dragon, you must go get her. I believe, and I'll double check my research, but I'm pretty sure that if you play solo, Jimmy did this. Jimmy orchestrated the whole thing.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I remember.
Am I wrong in that?
I think you're right, that one of the brothers was behind. I believe you're right, yeah. Because don't you have to fight him at the end? Don't you fight him at the end?
I thought that's what it was. Yeah. It's like, you get to the end and you beat the guy, and then you fight each other.
Right.
I'm almost positive that's what happens. So it's a bit darker, as you can imagine. And this is a theme we run into quite a bit with video game movies that get made, is that we have to make it okay for kids.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because that immediately makes them think the movie has to suck. It seems.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd say this, but we got Mortal Kombat coming up. We have DOA coming up after this. I think Mortal Kombat, as I said earlier, I think what's official, Mortal Kombat may be the best video game to screen adaptation there is. A fighting game.
Fighting game, yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
That's saying something.
It is. I mean, yeah, it's when we compare it to the crap that we're going through right now, and crap, when I say that, I say it in a very lovingly way.
Sure.
Because it's still fun. But yeah, as far as critics and maybe best overall with plot and action and stuff that goes on, I do not refute that at all, that Mortal Kombat is the best fighting game made to movie.
Pretty wild to say that. This movie, if I'm ranking them thus far, this movie falls below Street Fighter in enjoyability as an adult.
I agree. I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, I would rather be watching Street Fighter again.
I think so, and I'm not sure why. I had a conversation with my dad. Shout out to my dad. He listened to the podcast and he loves watching these movies with me now. It's not carried by an iconic star of the action genre. I mean, some may say that it is. In Mark shit. Dacascos, yes. Yeah. But he is not. If this movie's not written to where he can carry it with his ability, he's obviously the most capable in this movie physically.
Yeah,
he's pretty impressive. And the camp that is in Double Dragon doesn't seem to be there for any. It doesn't seem to have any slant of a satire to it, other than the weather and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
I just can't figure out what they wanted it to be. And Street Fighter seemed like they knew what they wanted it to be, and they made it as close to that as they could, despite the rating.
Right.
And whether you like what they were trying to make or not, it was still like, oh, I can get the camp holds up. You get to see really cool people who you haven't seen a lot of, who are super successful now.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, and I don't think I remembered it that way. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. And it's but I mean, watching it the whole way through was just the first time. I watched it a couple of times, and it was just the first time was, forgetting so much of how just off, not the rails, but just like how un-Double Dragon-y Double Dragon felt in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, like all that holds it together, and the only glue that makes it Double Dragon is just a damn amulet, a necklace, and that's pretty much it. That we don't really, show me the history behind it. Show me a flashback or something of that too, and
show me Shuko killing their parents.
Right, I want to see that stuff. Yeah, but and the other character. I mean, I'm trying to think of other memorable characters besides guy who throws knife on the video game or guy who you battle with sticks in the video game.
Lash.
Exactly. Or we see, we get to see Adobo, the big guys in it, the rock looking guys in the video game, with the steroid turnout. But but other than that, like I don't unless something just went over my head. I don't.
No, I think you're right. I think there is a reference. Alyssa Milano's character is in the game, but she's not any pivotal member. Right. She's just there. But yeah, this movie has its fun moments, and I will say, as a kid, once again, I really enjoyed it. I can watch Mark Dacascos. I could watch him kick and do his thing all over the place. I thought Scott Wolf looked really cool. I love the opening scene when they're fighting in a tournament.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
but we'll get to all that because first, we are Bullets, Bourbon, and Karate, and this is the first time because this week we're making a cocktail in honor of the movie Double Dragon. Marcus, what's this cocktail called?
The Double Dragon.
The Double Dragon, creme de menthe and gin, shaken over ice, served with lime.
Okay.
And here we go with that. Let's taste it.
All right. Cheers.
Here we go. I gotta say that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It tastes like a Girl Scout cookie, a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie to me.
Yeah. I don't see what's so dragony about that, but
no.
Full disclosure, it just says creme de menthe on the ingredients, and I have white creme de menthe, and Marcus has green, and his looks more like a dragon. Or we could say that we have done exactly what the brothers have done and do like different colors. I am the white cream, and you are the green cream.
I think you're Jimmy. I'm Billy in this, and Billy would just go, "Yeah, I'm getting the green. I don't care."
Yeah. I gotta have fun.
Yeah.
So that's what we're drinking. It's an easy make. I think it's 1 ounce.
1 ounce gin.
and half ounce creme de menthe.
Yeah.
That's